So the Panthers come out on the field, led by Greg Alexander, ready for this big match here tonight. Their last home game for the season. And plenty of supporters packed in here at Penrith. Weather is nice and warm too, I can tell you that, compared to what we'd expect on days gone by. So let's have a look at the Penrith side. Fullback is Anthony Zurb. The wingers are Graham Mackay and Darren Stewart. In the centres, Ryan Girdler and Brad Fittler. Carter and Alexander the halves. Now Gillard comes into lock forward. Adamson and McNamara are the second row. And Kennedy, Farah and Clark are the front row. And of course their coach is Phil Gould. So here's the Brisbane Broncos team led by Alan Langer. A couple of changes in their lineup for this match tonight. Getting a hostile reception as you would expect. Julie O'Neill at fullback. Hancock and also Wendell Saylor comes in on the wing. Willie Kahn has a virus. Johnny Plath comes in, of course, to take the place of Steve Renoff, and Chris Johns is the other centre. Walters and Langer are the halves. Terry Matterson lock forward. Alan Cann and Trevor Gilmeister out here tonight, getting a good look at Penrith Park, I would imagine, ready for when he comes here next year. And Mark Hone, Kerrod Walters and Glenn Lazarus are the front row. And, of course, the coach is Wayne Bennett. Referee tonight is Graham Annesley in charge. Standing behind him there is Kerrod Walters as he checks with both captains, blows the whistle and they're away. Terry Matterson puts the boot right underneath it and the ball will carry straight downfield. And eventually coming away with it will be McNamara. McNamara put down some 28 metres out now from the Penrith line. So Farah getting it outside then to Gillard. The replacement for Mark Magor. He breaks out of one tackle. Going to be held up by Walters, 5 metres short of halfway. Alexander decides to send it out the other way. Here's Carter. Have a look at him cutting him through the centre. He's coming up to O'Neill, but it's going to be Alan Langer coming in to put him down. It's the final tackle. Good break there. They keep it going. Farah with a little kick through. Going back over there is Walters. Walters put down a couple of metres out from his own line.
Well, it was a good break, but it came off a dead set forward pass. Now penalty goes to the Broncos. The mark is not standing square on. So this will relieve the pressure for the Broncos.
Well, we'll have another look at it now. Well, he's on the way, so he missed the pass.
It was a great pass. I disagree with you, Fatty. I don't think it was forward. I think it was
yeah,
right in line.
We'll get your eyes checked. You are kidding.
Settle down, lads. Settle down. This is friendly. You're not working with those Sydney blokes there. So the kick is going to find touch 25 metres out from the Broncos line. Kerrod Walters onto the mark. Back to Mark Hone. Irrespective of forward pass or not, it put plenty of pressure on the Broncos defence. This is Lazarus. Lazarus 10 metres short of halfway. Kerrod Walters to Cann. Matterson. Matterson eventually going to be pulled down. Well, he broke out of the tackle, but Clark had slowed him down.
He's been in good form, hasn't he, Terry Matterson? And even tonight, he's made a couple of half breaks. That's his second one. And now Chris Johns on the way.
Yeah, Johns, he gets it up to about 11 metres inside Penrith territory. Referee Annesley out here trying to keep an eye on these backs out here, but Langer puts in little chickies following out after it. Swerve comes up, he's lost it, knocked it on. Referee Annesley was right in front of him.
Going back to Terry Matterson, Fatty, I think the key to his success over the last couple of weeks is he's getting himself out a couple of passes wide outside Kevin Walters, and he's putting him into a couple of fine gaps.
No points on the board as yet here at Parramatta Stadium. They work the blind side. O'Neill coming around there. Sorry, mate. Penrith, it starts with a P.
We're all out here somewhere.
Yeah. So this is Langer to Walters. Then Johns. Johns going to be wrapped up, though. Some 28 metres out now from the Penrith line. Then to Mark Hone. Hones gets it back to Gilmeister. Gilmeister in turn away to Johns. Johns is going to be wrapped up, though. From the play, the ball, Walters has a run himself back inside to Alan Langer. Langer steps out of a couple of tackles, still going, looks for support. Not tripped over there, got up, started to go again. He sent it back to Wendell Saylor. Saylor trying to find his way for the line. He's only a couple of metres out. He'll get up to play it. From the play, the ball back over there to Walters. Walters with a big long one. O'Neill's into the back line. O'Neill trying to step his way through. Farah's going to take care of him, and Gillard is into the tackle also. And they combine to wrap him up. It is the final tackle. Let's have a look now. Over to Langer on the right-hand side. He puts another little kick in. Bounces off a Penrith player. Picked up by Broncos. Carrying on, he says. 6 tackles to go, and that's Alan Cam with it there, very close to that line. Walters from dummy half. He'll send it back to Alan Langer. Langer outside to Kevin Walters. He gets it around the corner to Johns. And Chris Johns is in for the opening try of the match for the Broncos. right beside the uprights, and they go to a lead of 4 points to 0.
And Alfie Langer really weaved some magic there the last minute and a half. This is beautiful ball here from Alfie on to Kevin Walters. Johnsy backing up. Sensational try for the Broncos, and the touch judges come in to report something.
Just prior to this play, we saw some great changing the point of attack from Kerrod Walters and Alan Langer, which really set this try up for the Brisbane side. And we saw Chris Johns go over for a really easy try.
Terry Matterson for the shot at goal. No doubt about it, through it goes, another 2 points on the board, and the Broncos have a lead here at Penrith Stadium of 6 points to 0. So here's the kickoff now, coming up from Greg Alexander. Talking about Greg Dowling down on the touchline. How do you see things at this stage, GD?
Well, Alan Lang has certainly come into a league of his own here. He's been fired up by criticism from Phil Gould in his column as of today regarding his tackling style. So he's come out tonight. I think he's out to prove a point, but it was a handy try for the Broncos there, because Penrith are fired up tonight and they're chasing their kicks well, and as you can see by this defence, they're fired up.
That's Trevor Gilmeister going up. Welcome to the club. So this is Langer again. 9 metres from the halfway mark now. There it is, Gilly copping it. Bang. Big tackle there from Kennedy. So obviously Gilly's not on the payroll till next year. Kicks through now, and Swirub going to take it back there. Runs it up to about 20 metres out from his own line. Away from dummy half is Mackay. So the Broncos have a lead of 6 to 0. Mackay, they're having a bit of trouble getting this big fella down. Crowd calling for a bit of action on that one. Out it comes to Clark via the hands of Farah, the dummy half. Now a penalty coming to Penrith. Holding down to play the ball. That makes the crowd happy.
Yes, Hone and Ken here just going on the tackle far too long. Wouldn't let Clark get up and play a good quick play the ball. No effort to get off there by Alan Can. The hands in the play the ball, and that penalty had to be given.
Yeah, dumb play there by Canny. They really did have a real good kick and chase then, and Kerrod Walters chased the ball very well. Put Zerub down on the ground, and then Graham Mackay, who took off from dummy half, made an easy 10 metres, but that was where things seemed to come unstuck there, and Canny and Honey just carried on a little bit too long.
Troy Castle, the replacement player.
Troy Castle coming on for Penrith. Kicker's going to find touch. Just on the halfway mark, Penrith will take the tap. So that's Farah with it. They turn it around. Fittler onto Mackay. Mackay about 8 metres inside Bronco territory. A quick play the ball. Sees Farah getting it out to Alexander. He in turn sends it back over there to Adamson. He's been in good form as of late, this Adamson.
Crowd disagreeing with the tackling style there of Alan Langer.
Well, it's been discussed the last month or so here in Sydney. Fatty, you had a bit to say last Sunday.
We had a look at him on the footy show last week, and we thought one of them was a legs first and half-ply trip.
So on it goes now. That's Castle with it. And eventually Gillard going to ground with it on the 20-metre line now. So it's Alexander. Penrith starting to build up something now. This is Carter back the other way. Yes, he gets it away. Alexander keeps it going. On it goes then to Adamson. Adamson put down 18 metres out from the Broncos line. Final tackle. Look for Alexander. Here he goes. Now he's going to keep it going. Ends up in the hands of Fittler. Fittler going for the line. He scored. Brad Fittler is in for the try. The first one for Penrith. They look for Alexander. Was he going to kick? Was he going to let it go? He let it go all right along that back line. And it's Brad Fittler, the man, to go in for the try. Penrith first. Broncos have a lead of 6 points to 4.
And there he was, Greg Alexander, weaving some magic. The long cutout pass. Player inside there wasn't supposed. Ryan Girdler, he shouldn't let it go. The ball went backwards anyway off Girdler. And Brad Fittler, too powerful, too fast for the Brisbane defence. First try to the Penrith side.
Yeah, Brisbane side just hanging off Alexander there, expecting him to put the ball in the air, but electing to run on the sixth tackle. A little bit of luck there involved, coming off Ryan Girdler's hand into Brad Fittler. Too strong in the end.
Here's this kick. Oh, that's not going to help the old average much at all. Going to be waved away, so the Broncos' lead remains 6 points to 4. So now it's Michael Hancock to restart play this time. Eventually going to be taken back there by Mackay from the kickoff. Quickly put to ground on the tackle there of Mark Hone. So Farah from dummy half. Taken up over there is Gillard. Out into the man who's just returned from the sin bin, and McNamara. from the head bin, rather. That's Adamson. Some willing young blokes in that forward pack here from Penrith. Led, of course, by this fellow in Paul Clark. So back to Alexander. Straight down there, this time to Julian O'Neill. O'Neill across field, but Castle, or rather Gillard's going to be over there to put him down. And also into the tackle that time again was McNamara. Oh, how's that? Don't argue. See you later. McNamara, the man again. This is Mark Hone. Hone to the halfway mark.
He's been their best forward, Hone, as you watch Hancock get smashed by Farah. But Hone's been Brisbane's best forward. He's the only one willing to really get that ball and get the hard yards up the middle.
Yeah, I agree with you, Fatty. I think when Hone went off against Canberra a couple of weeks ago, Brisbane lost their way a little, and it's just his steadying influence, just hitting the ball up, not doing anything too fancy that Brisbane miss.
So that's Johns cutting back inside. He got away from the first up tackle of Kennedy, but then the defence got a hold of him. Final tackle, so Langer puts the little boot in. Zwerab is back there. He's going to be tackled by John Platt. Right on the 10-metre line. Right across field goes Mackay. Ends up just in centre field. So Farah, crowd calling for those Broncos backs to be offside out there. That's Stewart. Came in as a replacement for this match. Now Penrith making some easy time up the middle there with Adamson. Easy stuff. Farah. On it goes to McNamara. They keep it going though. Back inside. Zwerab up the centre. Tackle just short of the halfway mark. It is the final tackle now. So a look for Alexander. He's going to kick this time. Julian O'Neill lets it run and run and run, and it goes touch and goal.
And the Brisbane defence at this stage, they're not holding Penrith down on the play the ball for long at all. And that's why Penrith are getting a roll on. They're making easy 10, 12 metres every time they get the football, every time they want to run hard with it.
And Brisbane are just finding it hard to retreat that 10 metres to get back in defence, and that, of course, and Penrith are getting the roll on.
So now it's Trevor Gilmaster. Kieran Walters. Now it's going to be a penalty, Broncos. And this will relieve the pressure somewhat. They have a lead at the moment of 6 points to 4. Here it is. Oh, you see you later. Straight over the top is Adamson.
Well, Greg Dowling, what do you make of the forward clashes so far?
Yeah, it's been a ripper of a forward clash so far. It's interesting to see they've got Phil Adamson running wide at Kevin Walters and Plathy. Naturally, he's a tall man, strong runner, and he's trying to pick up Fittler.
So that's Alan Cann. Hit with a solid tackle there by Gillard. Matterson. Now back to Walters, then away to Alan Langer. Langer now to Kevin Walters. He's going to be wrapped up though. And over the top was Paul Clark. No chance of unloading on that occasion. So Cann to Mark Hone. Hone still just trying to reach that 20-metre line to Langer. Walters. Walters deciding to have a run. Now back inside to Johns. Johns is away. Going to be knocked down. Zwerab come across. Put him down. The final tackle coming up. That was great work. But they keep it going. Alan Langer, a little chip kick through. Follows out after it. Regathers. Yes, it's a try. Referee Annesley had a good look at it there. It was right in front of him. The head-on will tell us more of the story, but Langer was obviously able to regather and touchdown of the Broncos. Strike back to go to a lead of 10 to 4.
Oh, the man's a freak. No one else could do this. Alfie Langer, he's on a roll tonight. He's having a blinder. There it is in traffic. There's a mile of traffic there. There's Penrith blokes falling over themselves everywhere. Now he just coolly picks the ball up and try.
Well, we go back to the mistake by the Penrith player. Adamson laying all over the tackle player. Inside the set of 6 tackles, Brisbane score a try.
You're right about players going everywhere from the Penrith lineup, falling down like cards in the background there. So it's Terry Matterson now back onto his mark, looking for another 2 points. And he's missed it. Waved away. Now, that was a pretty easy one for Matto, but he's missed it, waved away. So the score remains the Broncos lead by 10 points to 4. Well, those 2 points would have been rather handy, Gino.
Yeah, it's not like Terry to miss easy kicks like that either.
So we're ready for the restart of play back on the halfway mark. And it's going to be Greg Alexander to get us restarted. Carrying down to Wendell Sailor. I don't think you'd want to say hello, son, to this one, Fatty. He's a big lad.
We'll leave the Sailor jokes
I
out
think so. This is Platt trying to find a way around Fittler. A lot of people have tried to do that, but not too many happen to pull it off. This is Lazarus. Dummy half, Kieran Walters. Hancock deciding to come in from that wing and look for a bit of action. He'll eventually pull down a few metres short of halfway. So this is Matterson out to Mark Hone. But Hone's well wrapped up over there. They halted his progress very strongly. The man underneath there again was that Adamson. Here's a kick through. Coming across on the wing to take it this time is Stewart. Stewart now going to be put down on the 10-metre line. To Mackay. Got away, almost got away from Kevin Walters. Eventually Hancock comes in. Now away goes Fittler. Fittler Alexander, the men you've really got to watch in this lineup. Barrow away from dummy half. Turns it away.
Brisbane must be very conscious here not to give away a penalty for inside the 10 metres. Having scored the first try in the match, they let Penrith score within the next couple of minutes, and put the marker on him.
You sure have.
Well, I think it must be something in the tackle because he was onside. Got him from around the neck area.
Well, they got the penalty whichever way it goes.
Oh, Trevor. Yeah, Gilly's gone high there on Kennedy, and they've played the penalty.
So it's Alexander. And they'll take the tap a few metres inside Broncos territory. So Farrer onto the mark. Turns it around. Fittler then to Mackay. Farrer again. Alexander working right across field. Coming onto it this time is McNamara. Quick play the ball. Out it comes to Kennedy. Kennedy's taken by Lazarus. Also Alan Can into the tackle. Here's the big front runner, Clark. Clark almost to the 20-metre mark. They've got it going well here, Penrith. Now, out to that back line with Carter. Carter working across field, still going. Girdler. Girdler going to be put down on the 20-metre line. Final tackle. Alexander, little kick through. It's kicked away. It's going to end up in the hands of Zwerem. Play on, another 6 for Penrith and a big chance to keep the pressure going. Farrer from dummy half down. Out to Alexander. Alexander turns it back inside. Taking up there is McNamara. Still going. To Gillard. Back to Alexander. Carter. Carter decides to go himself. Sends it back inside. They go for the line. This will be a try, will it? Yes, it's a try. Going in for it is a front rower, Kennedy. So Penrith stride back. It's going tit for tat at the moment. 10 points to 8. The Broncos lead here at Penrith Stadium.
And Penrith got a real roll on there because they had so much possession. And Brisbane always short out here. Penrith had about 5 against 3, but it was the inside ball on the end which made the try. The Brisbane defence, Lazarus on the inside, had stopped having a break and not coming over in defence. That's why the gap was there.
Yeah, once again, we saw Penrith put the kick through and rebounding off a Brisbane play, giving them a fresh set of 6. And once Greg Alexander involves himself, it's just big trouble for the opposition, isn't it? We've seen him touch the ball on a number of occasions tonight, and it's just so many options allowed to him.
It's had a good game too, Gary Kennedy. He's only just got the ball down there.
So here he goes. Oh, that one's just exactly the same as the last one, waved away. So the Broncos lead remains 10 points to 8. His team coming back with that try to get right back into it. They work their way nicely upfield and then let it go. So now the crowd looking for a penalty. They're going to get it.
And this is ridiculous play by Mick Hancock on this occasion. The Broncos, they had the good line set, the good defensive line set back 10 metres, and Mick Hancock wanted to carry on the tackle again.
I think Brad Fittler milked it pretty well, But once the referee sees Michael Hancock in a tackle and it's taking a little bit longer than usual, it's going to be a penalty, isn't it?
So now we'll see the tap from Penrith. 8 metres inside Broncos territory. That's Mackay. Tackler underneath was Lazarus. Farah to Alexander, reverses back the other way, finds Carter there, then outside to Gillard. Dummy half is Farah. Over to Clark. They'll use these fellows pretty strongly. And it's worked, why not? Keep it going now with Alexander. Out wide there to Adamson. They may get it away, but gee whiz. Penrith putting on the pressure again. It's the big men that are doing some of the early stuff. Back it comes this time to the second rower going up there in McNamara. He's only just short of the line. It is the final tackle. Here's Alexander. The pass comes out to Carter. Carter's going to be taken, ball and all.
Great tackle, Johnny Platt. That was a try save.
There's the half-time hooter sounding. And the referee calls a halt to play. So at half-time, the Broncos go in with a lead over Penrith of 10 points to 8.
Thanks to Light and Easy, Australians of all ages can enjoy their choice of delicious, nutritious meals in the comfort and safety of their own home. Especially those of us getting a little older, as we need to keep eating well to age well.
The thing that I love is that Mum has choice.
It's given me back my independence. It's giving me back my health. It's just wonderful.
To find out more, call Light and Easy on 13 15 12.
G'day, Mike Whitney here. Playing professional cricket in the past meant my body took a pounding. Since then, I've lived with annoying aches and pains of mild osteoarthritis in my knees and back until I tried Arbor Vitae. It's a natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. Arbor Vitae has assisted with the pain relief and given me more mobility in my joints. Order yours at arborvitae.com.au to help you get back into the swing of things.
I wish I'd proposed earlier. She's a keeper.
I wish I got my bike before I lost my hair.
I wish I'd made the move to a VO sooner.
There's never been a better time. Take the first step to great retirement living with a VO.
I thought my teeth were clean, but my dentist said no, there's still plaque. Switch your brush from this to one with a rounded brush head.
Oral-B is rounded to reach between teeth and gums, gently removing plaque for healthier gums. Oral-B, brush like a pro.
There's a new ute in town. Introducing the LDV T60 Max 4x4 diesel. A massive 160 kilowatts of power from just $34,490 drive away. Visit a dealer today. LDV, bring it on.
Budget Direct are Australia's most award-winning car and home insurer. That's more awards than or you.
And now we're CanStar's Insurer of the Year.
It's time you switch to Budget Direct.
Ready to blow the whistle and get play underway in the second half of this match. So it's the Broncos with a 2-point advantage. A couple of bad kicks there by Alexander that have made some sort of a difference. That's Andrew G. G brings play up to over the 20-metre line before he'll be put down. So at the half-time break, not a great deal between these two teams. That's Alan Can over there. Let's have a look at the reserve grade result here tonight. Penrith defeated the Broncos by 10 points to 0. It was 0-0 at half-time. And, Fanny, that was a good performance from this Penrith team because they brought up just about their whole under-21 side.
Well, Penrith were running dead last in reserve grade, and they decided to give their under-21s a go, who are running third in the competition, in that particular competition, and they absolutely blitzed the Broncos in the second half there.
Yeah, so it's a great idea, actually, to give the young blokes a chance, and they came out of it very well indeed. So that's Werribee back there, gets it up into the field of play. Couple of metres, and that's enough. So from the play, the ball away from dummy half is Mackay. He'll be tackled over there by Lazarus and also Alan Cann. Dummy half was Alexander this time. That's Clark. He sends a one-handed pass back behind him. Farah taken by his opposite number this time in Kerrod Walters. So Steve Carter from dummy half. Carter working across field. Farah up this time. So back to Alexander. Keeps it going nicely there to Adamson. Final tackle from the play the ball. Back the other way. Alexander, it's charged down. Johnny Platt was the man to do it. He's going to be the first one to the ball. Dives on it only a couple of metres out from that line. He'll get up to play it now. The crowd not happy with what's going on out there. I don't know quite what they're about. But Gilmeister sends it back. Matterson over the top, taken by Hancock. Hancock decides to have a bit of a run. He's tackled, gets his pass back behind to Kevin Walters. He in turn is going to be wrapped up now. Dummy half is Chris Johns. Johns over to Alan Langer. Langer outside. Andrew G. Taken in the tackle this time by McNamara. So back to Matterson. Matterson trying to find a way through. Now he unloads it back. Walters over the top. Kevin Walters can't pick it up. Chris Johns can't pick it up. Steve Carter says, well, I'll have a job at it. Thank you very much. And he'll go to ground on the 20-metre line. Now the touchdown's coming in. Hancock's done something in there, has he?
Yes, Mick just getting a little aggravated with Steve Carter there and just using a little forearm in the tackle just to finish him off.
Yeah, Billy, both coaches are naturally pretty happy with the way their sides are going. In the Broncos dressing room, Wayne Bennett wants the side to back up more, especially on the half breaks, control the ball for 6, talk more in defence and don't panic. Whereas Phil Gill with his side, he's happy with the way that they're going. All he wants them to do is to cut down their mistakes in their own 25 and play the ball at the other end of the field.
Thanks, mate. So that's back now with Alexander. Turns it back the other way. Fittler, they keep it going. Swerup up into the back line. So away goes Farah. Farah in turn back over there to McNamara. Farah's the dummy half. Cross it comes this time to Adamson. Tackled by Gilmeister. Got his pass away. Andrew G comes in. So Farah from dummy half. Over to Alexander. They're going to put it up high. Coming up as O'Neill has his eye on it. The ball flies loose. Walters comes away with it. Gets it onto Hancock. Hancock in turn got away from Steve Carter. Can't get away from Nickel. Nickel comes at him. Carter comes at him. And the crowd give him a bit of a razzo to keep his mind on the job. So that's Lazarus. Onto the 30-metre mark. Langer, Walters, Platt, bang, try that. Mackay straight on top of him.
Nice ball by Kevy.
So the Broncos 10 metres short of that.
Platt not real well after that tackle.
Oh, don't say I blame him. The kick downfield by Langer. Make there is Stewart. It's bouncing away from him. He gets it in the in-goal area. Johns is coming at him. Can he get away from him? Well, he's draped around the post. But I think he's made it. Zero away from the dummy half spot. So on to Gillard this time. Taken by Langer. So away from dummy half. Away it goes over there to Kennedy. Farah keeps it going to Adamson. So back to Alexander. Straight up the centre this time. Julian O'Neill. Oh, he's lost it. O'Neill plays on and the referee rules a knock on. And if that's not pressure... Well, he was coming across. He said he had all the time in the world to take it.
I believe he was having a look to where he's going to set Wendell Sail up. He more thought he's had the ball.
So now it's Penrith with the feed. And 15 metres out from the Broncos line. And this crowd really getting behind the team now. Alexander goes one way, now he goes the other side. Swerup is over there. Alexander again, now to Gillard. Gillard charging for the line, gets it back this time to Stewart. Stewart cuts back inside, but the defence will hold him out. He's only about 5 metres out though. Farah. They unload, Farah doubles around, still going, cutting back there to the front row in Kennedy. Kennedy put down a couple of metres out. Farah from dummy half. Back over to Alexander. He's going to reverse it back the other way this time. Kicked through over there by Mackay. But I haven't seen anything like that one before.
No, he socketed it, but Alexander actually went the wrong way. All these backs had come back to the left-hand side of the field, and Brandy decided to go to the right, and there was no one there, except Mackay. Mackay's right foot was there, and he found it.
And so did Kieran Walters with the ball after that. So Broncos about 25 metres out from their own line now. Lazarus unloads it. Kieran Walters backing up. Claps on the pace. That is going to be wrapped up. The man to put him down that time was Adamson. So Chris Johns. Johns to the halfway mark. Decided to keep going. Wasn't tagged over there by Alexander. Final tackle. Kevin Walters is dummy half this time. Langer kicks it towards that goal line. Swerup comes round to take it. Saylor's there to tackle him. Langer's there to mark him as he plays it. Away from dummy half goes Stewart. He's tackled by Langer. 10 metres out from their own line, Penrith. Broncos have a lead of 10 points to 8. Alexander from dummy half. Over to Clark. Lazarus there, the opposite number to take him. So some big tackles coming, and Matterson in over the top there. But a quick play the ball. Kick downfield this time by Carter. Now Julian O'Neill back there. Takes it this time. Turns around. Girdler came at him, so too did Adamson. And this Penrith team really mean business tonight. That's Wendell Saylor. It's another 6. Was kicked through over there by Gillard. In the play the ball. Dummy half, Kieran Walters. Andrew G. Shoulder into Gillard. Now penalty.
And the ball raked out there by the Penrith defence. As G was hitting it up. He's gone okay since he's come on Andrew G. Simple take up there. Gillard's the first man in. You can see Gillard raking the ball out there.
It's interesting to see that Penrith playing with the long line of defence. They're obviously worried about the Broncos swinging the ball wide and getting around the outside of them.
So Walters gets it away to G. G in turn taken by Gillard. McNamara was there, and so too was Paul Clark. So Alan Cann up to the 20-metre mark. Farah in underneath. Well, gee, this Gillard's doing a bit of work out there.
He's an absolute machine, a tackling machine.
So this is Walters. Can't find a break. The defence came at him from both sides. He was looking either way to unload. O'Neill. Langer. Unloaded it to Matterson. Matterson try. Underneath the post, and the little fella's done it again. Langer jinked his way through, got it to Terry Matterson, and Matterson over underneath the post.
Well, it's all Alan Langer tonight. He's having a stormer. And Box Matterson puts one under the sticks, but Langer, this pass here, just slight suspicion that it may have been forward, but Annesley was right on line there, so he ruled it okay. And Matterson, good backing up by him.
He always keeps the ball in front of him, Fatty, in 2 hands, doesn't he? And keeps the defensive line wondering, is he going to put it on the deck or is he going to set a play up? And on this occasion, he decides to set someone up. Great ball here to Terry Matterson, who goes underneath the post.
So Matterson in front. And the kick is there, the extra 2 points on the board. So here at Parramatta Stadium, the Broncos lead by 16 points to 8. So Alexander gets us back into business.
Mark Hone has come on for Glenn Lazarus.
So that's G with a storming run. Gets up to the 20-metre mark. Pushed a few of them off as he went.
Yeah, Greg, what did you make of Lazarus's performance tonight?
It was a bit quiet in the first half, and even Wayne Bennett at half-time mentioned that, but he's come on well in the last 20 minutes of the first half, tackled well. I think he's still going to do a bit more, but he's got to lead from the front. The forwards are going to win this for the Broncos, if they are to win.
So now that's Gilmeister. Taken there by Barrett, who came at him. And also into it was the big prop in Clark. Matterson breaks away at the halfway mark. Play was held back over there, Walters. They get the pass away. It's going to be knocked down. Matterson appealing to ANNESLEY.
Yeah,
he's got to go to sin
it.
It's a penalty, but there should be a man on the bin. He was held back. Professional foul. John Platt was the man held back. Matterson, he's having an absolute blinder himself tonight.
Not only was Matterson held back, but you saw Kevin Walters was held back by Brad Fittler just earlier trying to back Matto up. So one of them has got to go to the bin. Who we see here? We see Kevin Walters trying to back Terry Matterson up, and Brad Fittler's got a fair hold on his jersey there.
Matto was appealing on both counts, I think.
Another quick tap taken by the Broncos. They're on the charge.
So now we see Mark Hone taking it up. Then to Andrew G. G is going to be tackled, though. Front rower up there in Kennedy to take care of him. Langer works the blind side. Finds he has Gilmeister charging into the defence. Farah's over there to take care of him. So Walters. Back to Langer. Langer to Walters again. Then to Chris Johns. Johns almost through the gap, but that man Gillard is there again to take care of him. From the play the ball now, Walters up his dummy half. Out to the open side again, Langer. Prop sends it back to Kevin Walters. Mark Hone. He in turn is wrapped up and put to the ground by Adamson. Final tackle, Kieran Walters dummying his way through, gets it onto Hancock. Hancock trying to find his way for the line. He gets it back to Saylor. Saylor dives for it, and he's in for the try. Wendell Saylor in for the try. Broncos move further ahead now. They looked as though they were going to be well kept out there, but they just kept on pegging away at the line. Saylor got in and they have a lead of 20 to 8.
Well, look, they're on the fly now. Saylor cruised over for a try, but he had to work very hard to get it, let me tell you. Some nice play here by Kieran Walters through the dummy. The defence came up out of the line. Now Mick Hancock does well to hold the ball up, and Saylor backs up very well. There's plenty of defence there, but brute strength gets him over.
Once again, this try scored on the sixth tackle. We see Kieran Walters. The defence held off him. Actually got a great ball here to Michael Hancock, who does just as well to get the ball away to Wendell Saylor. And he does extremely well here to get the ball down.
He got it down all right, and he got the 4 points for the year.
Yeah, we see a try scored on the sixth tackle. We saw Greg Alexander do it in the first half, and also Alan Langer. And I think that's on the third occasion now that the try has been called on the sixth.
Here's the kick now. It's away to the right-hand side. So the Broncos breathing a lot easier now at 20 points to 8. Well, they have weathered that pressure, haven't they? They've had to defend very strongly there on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, I think the point would have been made at half-time from Wayne Bennett that now it's important that Brisbane have scored a try, not to let Penrith back into the game, which they had done on the previous 2 tries they scored in the first half. Penrith had come up with a try within the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Alan Langer sends it back to Wendell Saylor. And he's a strong fellow. He still keeps going, but he's lost the ball in the process. It'll be a Penrith ball. Alexander swoops on it very smartly. Away it goes to Mackay. But Mackay will be wrapped up by Kevin Walters getting it underneath. So back on. This time to Clark. Clark gets up to the 10-metre line. So here's a chance for Penrith to hit back. Back inside there to McNamara. Farah is the dummy half. He'll get it away to Fittler. Fittler up to 10 metres out now. Back on it goes to Alexander. He in turn sends it back inside. They're trying to work around Alexander again. Keeps it going. There's men out. Oh, they've lost it. Dived on. Broncos will come away with it. Johnny Platt, the man on the ball.
And the wrong man in the wrong spot there. Paul Clark, the big front rower out wide, looking for a pacey man. But Clark was the man who couldn't handle the pill on this occasion.
And you see Johnny Platt diving over to take it. And now it's Hancock. Kieran Walters dummy half. The Broncos lead is 20 to 8. It's G. Andrew G runs into some heavy stuff over there from Troy Castle. Out of Matterson. Holds it up nicely. Walters outside to Saylor. Saylor with a bit of a chance. Props. Then decides to go straight ahead. Ran into Stewart. And they'll put him down. Together with Girdler right on the halfway mark. So Langer. Matterson claps it on again. Trying to find a way through the centre. They're onto him this time. Final tackle. As Mark Hone is the dummy half. Kevin Walters. Kick rolling back to the goal line, but it won't make it. It'll be picked up back there by Mackay. Good chase, though. Good chase there by Kevin Walters.
He's done very well there, Kevin Walters. You could hear the call come. It was the boss call. He wanted the ball. You could see that there's a gap out there and did very well to chase Graham Mackay and put him well within inside his 10-metre line.
And there it is. It's a long way back there, and he follows out after it.
Well, he knew he had to do something because once you use that boss call, that's an overriding call, and he overridden his captain on that occasion.
So it's Penrith 20 metres out from their own line. A penalty coming up to them now. And Greg Alexander having a chat with his team over there, and now decides he's going to kick for touch. Get up to a couple of metres inside Broncos territory. So we're about the 21-metre mark remaining in this second half of the match. The Broncos have a lead of 20 points to 8. So now on to Girdler. Girdler got it away outside to Stewart. Tackled by Saylor, but he's not into touch. He's pretty close. Girdler back over to Fittler. They keep it going. Alexander shapes to do something, but then changes his mind, goes in opposite directions. Eventually Mark Hone the one to put him down. So this is Farah. 25 metres out now from the Broncos line. Alexander, long one over here, taken out there by Adamson. Adamson fighting his way for the line. He's only 5 metres out now. It is the final tackle, though. Alexander from dummy half goes, sends the other way, the big long one to Fittler. Fittler got around to Gillard. Good tackle again by, oh no, he's got it away this time. Farah knocked down. Well,
there's some very enterprising play there from Penrith. See, when Alexander gets involved and decides to run the football, there is a much more dangerous side. And Brick Gillard gets a little one away. Beautiful ball to Farah. That ball knocked down by Hancock, who did recover it. So this will be more pressure for the Brisbane side.
So in by Alexander. He goes the blind side. Mackay. Poor Hancock's over there to grab a hold of him and upend him. Back to Gillard. Still going is Gillard. Just upended about 5 metres out. He's thrashing away with his feet now. Farah decides to go himself. Couple of metres out though. From the play the ball back over to Alexander. To Fittler. Fittler out of one. Tackle. Fittler going. He'll score. Brad Fittler in for the try. Penrith are back into it at 20 points to 12. And Alexander just kept it going, working away, and eventually they've cracked it. And they're in for their another 4-pointer there.
Yes, their third try, and Fittler is all class. He's big, he's strong, he steps off both feet. Just some poor defence here. O'Neill missed him. Terry Matterson never laid a hand on him. And too much speed for Andrew G.
I think the Brisbane outside backs were expecting Fittler to tip the ball on here, but chose to step off that big left foot. Very dangerous player, just too strong for Julian O'Neill. And Terry Matterson just caught on the wrong foot there. Second try to Brad Fittler.
So here it is again. Look at that pass, and it just reaches out nicely. O'Neill, no chance. As you say, Fatty, such a strong player, this fella.
Well, there was nothing doing, was there? I mean, there was plenty of Brisbane defence there, but he's a super player, Brad Fittler.
He's got to kick this one, surely. Yes, he does. He kicks it all right. So at this stage, the Broncos lead Penrith by 20 to 14. Well, there's Alan Cann having left the field. And it's been pretty torrid going out there. So at this stage, only 6 points the difference. Penrith are right back into it now. So now we see a big strong run coming up from Adamson. You can see a bit of movement on the bench down there, GD. Not enough.
Kieran Meyer warming up, Billy.
Thanks,
He's be coming on very shortly.
I'm glad you're not working for the fire brigade. Now, listen to this crowd starting to get behind Penrith here. This is Girdler. Girdler's going to be wrestled down by Kevin Walters. Dummy half is Alexander. Oh, yes. Kicked it straight to Alan Langer, immediately jumped onto it.
Yeah, probably not the best option here by Alexander, although he was going for the grubber into the corner, but Alfie got that little right hoof in the way, and now Mark Cohn. Well, I think he's still been Brisbane's best forward tonight, and he's doing the job required.
So away from dummy half, Walters flicks it back inside. And that's Lazarus. 5 metres inside Penrith territory. Langer. Still going out on Langer. Oh, he's away again. He has Johns with him. Perfect pass to Chris Johns. He's going for the corner. And he's in for the try. And has he had a match tonight or not? Alan Langer set it up beautifully. Chris Johns positioned outside. And away he went to score the try. The Broncos have a lead of 24-12.
Has he had a match? Has he what? Anything Alexander can do, I can do better, says Alfie. And look at that simple missed tackle by Farah. Drew the fullback, and away goes Chrissy Johns. Johns has had a real good game too.
Once again, putting the defence in two minds, carrying the ball in front of him, throwing a little dummy, stepping off his left foot, drawing Greg Alexander in very well, putting Johnsy away.
Nice head-on shot there of Chris Johns. He's got those 4 points in his mind, and away he goes in the corner.
Try number 2 for Johnsy.
And the look of anguish on Farah's face, you could see it from that head-on there. As Alfie's just got away from you could see, oh my goodness, don't tell me. It's going to be away. Oh, it's starting to come back, but it's just going to be away to the left-hand side of the uprights. So the score remains 24-14 here at Penrith Football Stadium.
And looks like Meyer's gone, and the man he replaced, Greg, would it be Julian O'Neill?
That's right, Paul, and we have Mark Cohn in the blood bin.
Right, well, they're coming on from everywhere here. So now there's the kick-off to Alan Langer back there again. Decides to give Wendell Saylor an opportunity to have a bit of a run.
We'll see a couple of positional changes here. We'll see John Plath go back to fullback, Kieran Meyer go into the centres. I think Wayne Bennett just wants to have a look at his options coming into semi-final time.
So at this stage he has just under 14 minutes of the match remaining to start looking at a few of those options.
Well, he was the tip during the week, wasn't he, that Kieran Meyer was going to play in the centres, and Wayne Bennett once again had a shocker to the press and named Plathy in the centres, and he's done a great job out there tonight defensively. I know he hasn't got the skills of Stephen Renouf, but I think Wayne Bennett just wanted him there for his defensive skills.
Well, there's not too many players that do have the skills of Renouf, do they? There's Mark Cohn receiving attention, that cut in the head. 16,810 people here tonight at the Penrith Football Stadium. And I tell you what, they make a fair noise while they're at it. But that last try might have just taken a bit of the sting out of things. A 10-point break for the Broncos. Farah. Touch judge coming in. There was a little bit of something happened in the back play there after the ball had been played.
Yeah, Alan Cann will be the man at fault here. I think he had a little swing at the mark of Farah, and made a bit of a mistake here. Decided to go on with it when Farah took off with the ball.
He's gone for the. He's trying to grab him on the old ghoulies there and the old Christmas hole, and that's what he's been called out for. There's been a rule sent out by the rugby league that's not on from now on.
I think that comes back to a bit of an earlier one there where Mackay was involved, because you notice he was the only one that they spoke to in that little bit of a conference out there. So Langer's going to find touch.
Bill, Matt Adamson has come on for Anthony Square at fullback, and Matt had a real blinder in reserve grade at fullback.
And that's Greg Dowling on the touchline there. So the Broncos with Lazarus now. Lazarus about, well, he's just on the 10-metre mark as he plays the ball. Walters gets it back to Langer. Inside it goes to Kieran Meyer. Dummy half waiting for it is Walters. To Langer on the short side there. On it goes to Matterson. Flicks it out the back. Kevin Walters with it. On it goes to Lazarus. Lazarus in turn. Put down about 3 or 4 metres out from the line. Dummy half Kieran Walters gets it away this time to G. G very close to that line. Referee Annesley right in over the top of it. Here's Langer. Keeps the pass going. Platt lost it. Lost it back, is it? Yes, it is. It still keeps going. This is Saylor. Saylor stopping, going. Now it's back to Hancock. Hancock can see a bit of space. Tries to fight away, but that'll be the handover.
Well, how many times do we see Brisbane score a try off that? It just that Platt just didn't have the pace on that occasion, and we saw him rounded up by the Penrith defence. Usually Steve Renouf's on the end of that pass from Kevin Walters.
Bill Matt Hamilton has replaced number 8 Paul Clark.
So number 42 Hamilton out there. So now it's Girdler. Throws it over his shoulder. Ends up in the hands of Adamson, and then on it goes to Hamilton. Hamilton put down about 15 metres short of the halfway mark. This is Alexander. Fittler. Just got to keep on going to try and get this bloke down. Here's the final tackle. Away from dummy half back to Mara, then on to Alexander. Little kick, it goes straight over there to Hancock. Crossfield Hancock deciding that now he straightens it up. Crash down in the dust right in the centre of Penrith Football Stadium and pushed away on that occasion as he got up to play the ball.
Becoming a bit of a crowd favourite out here, Michael.
My word, he is. About as popular as Hewitt down there at Manly. Matterson right in over the top. Good stuff, still going. Back inside, Platt couldn't hold it. Following out after is Alan Langer.
Hello. Oh, no. He's ruling that Platt didn't knock the ball on, actually towed the ball forward. Have to have a look at the replay to see this. Now the touch judge, he said nothing. Alexander's blowing up like a cyclone. There's a nice break made down the left-hand side by Meyer off the Terry Matterson pass. He did well. Now the inside ball. Now does Platt knock this ball on? I'm sure he does.
Well, he towed it through, that's for sure. Anyway, it's a drop out from underneath that goal mouth. And that's Wendell Saylor with it now. Kieran Walters. Ooh. Langer couldn't get to it. Matterson can. Dummy half is Kieran Walters. Broncos have a lead of 24-14. This is Lazarus. Got his pass outside to Meyer. Meyer nicely to Hancock. Hancock. Out of the tackle and is in. Mick Hancock in for another one. And the Broncos lead is 28-14.
Well, I'll tell you what, this Meyer's only been on there about 5 minutes, but he's done some beautiful things. Classy player. And Mick Hancock backing up the inside. Nice ball by Lazarus here. Good change of play. Now what's Meyer? Steps off the left foot. Away he goes. Holds the ball up to Hancock. How'd you like to be Adamson? Hundreds.
I know Gus Gould won't be too impressed with the scoreline tonight, but this player, Kieran Meyer, is rumoured to have signed with the Penrith Panthers coming down here next year. Shows some great skill here to set up Michael Hancock for his try. And Michael does the rest, stepping off both feet.
You'd have got him, Jen.
I would have showed him the line. Try line.
So there's Mick Hancock. He didn't get exactly what you'd call a great round of applause when he scored the try. So here's Terry Matterson. Let's see what the direction's like. No good, it's waved away.
Well, what would you be doing, Gene? You're on the selection committee. What's the John Dory?
Well, we had different options that we tossed up during the week, and obviously Wayne's got the final say, and it is actually his head that's on the block, so he had the final say in the matter and chose John Platt.
Well, you got out of that one all right, Gino.
Yeah. So you're just a Neville then.
He does appreciate our points of views, but at the end of the day, it's his decision.
Yeah, sure he does. Sure he does, yeah.
You do go to the meetings, do you?
Every Monday I'm there, mate.
So now this is Glenn Lazarus.
When you look at this scoreline, you know, 28-14, it looks like a half by a Harry Hiding, but the Penrith side have really played well tonight. They've really taken it to Brisbane, and GD, Brisbane have had to play very well the second half to overcome Penrith, haven't they?
I agree with you, Fanny. The scoreline doesn't indicate how the game's gone. Penrith have been well in this game, just a couple of breaks that have gone the Broncos' way, and they've converted them into tries. But the 14 points gap there will take the Broncos to the top of the ladder.
Yes, and if Canberra win tomorrow against Parramatta, and then, of course, Canterbury beat Canberra next week, Brisbane will be minor premiers.
The kick is going to find touch right in that very corner.
Providing Brisbane beat St George next Friday night, of course.
Which should be a crackerjack match. You'll be up there for that one, Fatty?
I'll be up there for the Brisbane Saints game. Should be a beauty. Actually, going in the next weekend, where there's 4 teams in the top 4 teams, all capable of winning that minor premiership, depending on how the round goes.
So now with just over 5 minutes remaining in the match, it's Penrith in possession. Alexander up there as dummy half, so he's still giving it his all.
I really feel Penrith have lost their way a little, that Steve Carter hasn't come back on the field after a short break. And although Greg Alexander and also Brad Field are trying their hearts, I think they just missed that little bit of spark that Steve Carter provides.
Well, the crowd calling for something here, a bit over vigorous in the tackle, they thought. Alexander again. Oh, it's going to be lost back there this time by McNamara.
I think there's quite a few blokes have had great games tonight. Chrissy Johns out in the centres has really impressed me. With his running, also his defence. I thought in the forwards at Hone did very well when he was on. And Lazarus had a better second half. And also I thought Gillian Cam went well in the second half. Terry Matterson out wide in the lock forward position. He's had an absolute big one as well.
I think you've left out probably the player within the forwards. Kerrod Bowles, he's really given them another dimension there at dummy half. Taking off, finding the Penrith markers very lazy on occasions, as we see him now. Changing the point of attack to Alan Langer. I really think he's provided that extra bit of spark that the Broncos lack.
Plath getting it back to Walters. Walters still going. Now he gets his pass away over there to Lazarus. Lazarus in turn wrapped up. This is Matterson. On it goes to Alan Langer. Langer flicks it back. Oh, gee, that was a big one on Langer in the back play. Meanwhile, Johns will stride across for the try. He's in for another one. And the Broncos have a lead of 32 points to 14.
Yeah, Chris Johns' outstanding game in the centres tonight. What's that, his 3rd try?
It's his 3rd,
yeah. He's had a beauty. And once again, Langer involved. He cops one here, Alfie, after he passes the football. Oh, here. But Kevin Walters, beautiful ball onto Chris Johns' right shoulder and straight through the gap.
Once again, we see, as we saw in the first half, Kevin Walters providing the last pass for this try, puts the ball straight into the gap. Johnsy gets to the gap and puts the ball down for his 3rd try.
So the Broncos lead is now 32 to 14. Shouldn't have much trouble with it. It's a wobbly old one, but he got there. 34 to 14 the score. And that's full time here at Penrith Football Stadium. The Broncos, after leading narrowly by 10 points to 8 at the half-time break, have been able to come away in the second half. And they've taken out this match here tonight to the tune of 34 to 14.